Say it again.
First thing to do is to take the front cover off. Once we take the front cover off, and find a proper location for the power supply. You know, there's a couple different locations where you can install a power supply. Our voltage is right here on the labeling. It's just a little etch mark right here, and it's actually on the should be on the mark on the hands too. Yeah, you'll see 120. D120 or D230 would actually be the voltage. It's not a variable power supply, it's either 120 or 230. Power supply, once we decided where the power supply is going to go, it can go either up here in the top, on the return side, it can go in the center of the unit once you pull the lamp cords through. You mount this directly in the center, or you can actually mount this in the cavity on the sides, on either side. Normally there's some kind of void on either the left-hand side or the right-hand side where you can install the power supply. First, we'll install it in here first. You can disconnect the power cord from the power supply. Leave it out enough to where you can plug that back in. Make sure it's going to fit tightly in there and not move around. And then you find your location for your line voltage and tie that in. And then after that, what we're doing now at this point is actually feeding the wire through the wire chase and then hooking directly to the line voltage. And once we do that, then we'll go ahead and install the lamps.
And on this unit, it's 208 or 230?
That's correct, yes.
In 2 seconds?
And what we're doing now is going ahead and making the determination at the wiring terminal for the line voltage. On your Mitsubishi models, S1 and S2, are actually the connections that you're going to be making for your line voltage on the 208, 230 model. And then you tie your other wire directly to ground. Right now we are putting the wire chase cover back on once we made our terminations. We are removing the drain pan so we can actually install the UV lights towards the blower. Look at that, chunky. Okay, to remove the drain pan on this model, we actually have just 3 clips right here. You just pry these apart slightly, push it out, drain pan drops. And at that point you can actually leave the drain pan hanging, and it's just attached by the drain line. You can actually see the microbial growth that we have on this unit here. And we're actually going to be installing the lamps right here on the shroud in towards the blower about 2 inches away. It's very important to actually clean the shroud the best you can. You know, wipe that off. And in some instances you're going to actually have to pull and clean the blower wheel if it's dirty enough. You can actually see the debris that we removed from the shroud. You want to get that as clean as possible, and also, once you wipe it off, you want to dry it, and then you can also clean it with the alcohol wipe that's included in the kit. Make sure you have a nice clean surface for the lamp brackets to stick to. Well, you can see how clean it came. See, at that point, you're not hindering anything, you're just putting it. Once you guys pre-make that hole for us, we don't have to do this anymore.
What are you doing right now?
Right now, we're actually drilling the holes for where the lamp wires are going to penetrate through. You have a choice where you can actually run them, both lamp wires through one hole, like on this side. In this case, we're going to have the power supply on this corner. Or you can actually drill one on this side and one on this side here, and have the lamps go on out on each end, and then feed through here to go to the power supply. So you have a okay. In each kit, there's a alcohol wipe that's supplied to wipe down the shroud even after you've cleaned it with soap and water. Got all the other debris off. You want to make sure you have a nice clean surface directly where the lamps are going to be placed.
Dope.
All right, what we're doing now is the lamp installation. You want to make sure you actually install your lamp clips first onto the lamp. Just push those directly on there. They snap tightly in place. Then have the lamp actually directed towards the blower. You don't want direct exposure from the lamp pointed this direction coming out. You want, all you can see is actually the shield. You don't want to see any of the lamp when you're looking into the unit itself. And then you place it about an inch into where the blower is, pointed up towards the blower. And that's about it. You centralize them both in line, and stick them in place.
Lamp, go.
Yeah, you're just going to install the second lamp directly across from the first lamp that you installed up towards the blower, so you have enough clearance away from your louvers and everything else once you put the pan back in place. Okay, and you have two locations where you can put the lamps. In this instance, we actually feed in both wires through the same hole. You have the option of actually installing a second hole too if you choose to, and your power supply is more centralized. Since in this application our power supply is going to be more on the right hand side, just to make sure we have enough wire, we're going to feed them both through the same hole. And what you do is you can use the wire ties that are supplied. There's also a little wire tie pad that's included. If you can secure this directly to the lamp, or you can utilize the little secure pad that's included in the kit to actually strap the wire to if you choose.
Just show what to do with the wire, do.
See, we're actually fed both wires through the same hole right here.
That you
Once you
created.
drilled your hole with your unibit, and you're actually feeding it, and it's going to end up being right next to your line voltage wire. We're placing the pan back into place. Just a matter of snapping everything back in. Okay, and then what you're going to do is you're going to feed your wires through. Once you find your location for the power supply, ours is on the right hand side here. You're going to go ahead and plug in your lamps. There's one. There's second one here. And then once you tuck that into place, in this case we're going to actually feed this back through that way. Then you go ahead and do your line voltage at the very last to plug that one in.